Setting clear goals for yourself is one of the best ways to achieve English fluency. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it right now. Let's go. I'm Deirdre Nicholas from Palm Tree Teaching TV, your personal language coach. This video is step 2 in my new series, How to Speak English Confidently and Fluently in 6 months. In this video, I'm going to help you create powerful goals, so powerful that you'll be excited to leap out of bed every morning to get started. So, why do you need goals? Knowing where you're going in your English learning and how you're going to get there is so important for success. And to know where you're going, you need to set yourself clear, measurable goals. You see, if you don't have goals, it's like getting into a car and just driving with no idea where you're going, no map, and no idea where you'll end up. It's totally random, and you could just be driving around in circles. And that's what would happen to your English learning if you don't have clear directions and clear goals, so that you have a map for your English fluency. So if your dream is to get fluent in English, you need some shape to that dream and a plan. Otherwise, it'll just remain a dream and never become reality. Okay, so what kind of goals do you need to set and how do you do it? You need to find goals that motivate you with passion to want to get fluent in English. Goals that you feel so passionate about, you can't wait to get out of bed every morning to start working on them. If you have goals like this, you'll be guaranteed success and nothing will stop you. Okay, now one thing that you need to do before you start setting your goals is to know what your level is in English. This will give you a starting point. Now, I'll put a link below for you to take a free English test. This will give you some idea of your level, but there are loads online. Now, to think about your goals, refer back to your sheet of paper that you prepared with motivation for learning English. Now, if you remember, that was in my step 1 video, so you must watch this. Use this as your starting point, the answer to why you want to be fluent. Now you can ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? When do you want to achieve it by? Do you have a deadline? And how much time do you have to study for fluency? So let's break it down in terms of that great acronym SMART, which will really help you to achieve your English fluency within 6 months. Your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely. So number 1, specific. The first thing that you must do is make sure that your goal is specific. What do I mean by that? Well, here's 2 English language goals. One is specific with a lot of detail, so you know what you're going to be doing, and the other one is not. 1. I want to be fluent in English. Number 2, I will learn 20 new phrases and 20 new English words and practice using them for 1 hour every day. So which one is more likely to be successful, easier to follow? Well, the second one, of course, because that way you know you will have achieved it. So if your goal is to become fluent in English, that's great, but you must break it down into smaller parts so that you can see that you're achieving it. Let me show you a great way of doing this. Break down your goals into what you have to do each week. And here's how. 1 week from now, I will have learned 20 new English idioms to help me to sound more fluent. 2 weeks from now, I will have listened to 5 new podcasts to help me become familiar with the rhythm of spoken English. 1 month from now, I will have learned 200 new vocabulary words and practice speaking them to myself in the mirror. And so on, up to 6 months. And this will really help you to be much more specific in your goals. Remember, for fluency in English, as I said in my previous video, you only need to know 3,000 words that you can use fairly easily. So use this as your guide. Great! So, the next thing your goals need to be are measurable. So really, will you know when you've achieved it? You need to see the evidence from yourself when you've achieved your goal. So saying you want to be fluent in English is not a measurable goal. How do you know when you've achieved this sort of goal? Here's an example of a measurable goal. I want to be able to talk easily to my friends on Facebook and WhatsApp about my family and my job. Now, with this sort of goal, you will know when you've achieved it because you will have had that conversation. Number 3, achievable. If you set yourself a goal that's too high, it's not really achievable. Now, here's an example of a very bad, unachievable goal. I want to be fluent in Chinese in 6 months, even though I don't know any Chinese at all. Clearly not very realistic or achievable. And this is where it's so important to know what your own level is before you start, so that you know where you are and how far you have to go. If you have, for example, a new baby, 2 young children, a husband, a job, and a big family that you have to see quite often, the chances of you being able to use 2 hours a day for your English is not very high. So you must be realistic with yourself. Your goals must excite you and they must keep you going. You need to have a vision of how much your life will improve once you are fluent in English. Number 4, relevant. Oh, before I get to how you can make your goals relevant, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos and lessons. Also, if you'd like me to coach you one-to-one, just email me on deirdre@palmtreeteaching.com and I'd love to help you. So, it's really important to make your goals relevant to your life. Of course, this is also linked to your motivation and the reasons why you want to be fluent. Maybe you wrote on your motivation sheet from the Step 1 video that you want to talk to friends and get to know new people from all over the world on Skype or through social media. So a relevant goal for you would be that you want to get to know people on social media through your English. Okay, number 5, timely. You should set a specific date for achieving your goals. Let me give you an example. I'm going to achieve my goals by the 31st of July 2019, which basically gives you about 6 months to get fluent. Then break down what you have to do each week and each month so that you can reach that goal by that date, as I showed you before in the video. Making a deadline will be incredibly motivational. You'll really want to reach your goal if it's all written down and you can see the days ticking away. So, there we are. Follow these steps to get really powerful goals that will motivate you and keep you going to get fluent in 6 months. Break them down into little steps, as I've done with you in this video, and you'll be much more likely to achieve them. So work on these over the next week until I see you again, and like and subscribe to this amazing channel where you will be able to improve your fluency and build your English. So, enjoy your English over the next few days, and I'll see you next time. Bye.